This video will analyze the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation website through the lens of critical discourse analysis. Discourse is defined by Stubbs as the meaning that goes beyond the sentence or clause. To analyze the usability and effectiveness of this text, I will use a dual framework of Moy's visual rhetoric and Petelin's plain language. The purpose of this website is to provide a broad overview of the many works of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Due to the varied nature of the work done by this organization, the website needs to be able to communicate in a way that is clear, concise, and understandable to a wide variety of readers. We will first look at the landing page of the website. According to Moyes, changes in layout dictate which reading strategies a user should employ. The multimodal nature of this landing page, through its use of text, images, color, and typography, effectively communicates to the reader where they should focus. For example, the bold heading "Survive and Thrive" is both capitalized and enlarged to draw the eye. The next piece of information is communicated visually through an image. The minimal use of text on this page is made possible by the effective use of images, which increases the usability of the website. Kostelnik provides two categories of rhetorical functions in text design, both structural and stylistic. Looking at the structural functions of this landing page, it can be seen that they reveal document structure with differences in typographic size. They enable the expansion and contraction of information through different colored texts, which preface the paragraphs of information to follow. And the effective use of white space indicates usability. Similarly, stylistic functions are used to create interest with images. They establish credibility through the choice of fonts, which are neat and conservative, and they signal emphasis through the use of color. We can use Petelin's plain language framework to analyze the readability and effectiveness of this website. Petelin says that the key principle of plain language is that the reader can use the document for its intended purpose. Analyzing this navigation bar, it can be seen that it possesses some of the characteristics of plain language. Information is organized into readable chunks, it is action-oriented, it is understandable and accessible, and it is simple but not simplistic. Using this navigation tool, the reader is able to understand what the rhetor is trying to communicate, thus increasing the usability of the page and demonstrating that plain language has been used. At first glance, this content page seems to contain large chunks of writing with minimal white space, which instantly decreases the perceived readability of the website. Dickinson et al. Describe how use of space can improve the clarity of what is being communicated, and include it in their recommendations for good practice of visual rhetoric. While there are large spaces between paragraphs, the spacing between individual lines of text is minimal, making the bodies of text overwhelming to the reader. Using Kostelnik's structural and stylistic functions, we can see that large parts of this page do not employ good visual rhetoric. The structural functions of the document do not develop cohesion. The stylistic functions do not necessarily create interest, signal emphasis, or indicate usability. Scopel describes usability as the way in which readers obtain and use information from a document. It is related to how readers can find information in the page layout and flow of text. The website includes these navigation tools to increase reader usability. They do this by employing Kostelnik's rhetorical functions. The structural functions reveal document structure through the use of the "in this page" navigation box, thus developing cohesion and enabling expansion and contraction of the information. The stylistic functions signal emphasis and indicate usability. Typographic differentiation is the main tool used to achieve this. The title is capitalized, thus drawing the eye and indicating emphasis. The paragraph that follows is a summary of all the information contained on the content page. It is written in plain language, thus increasing readability and effectiveness of communication. The practical implications that result from these analytical findings are as follows. The content pages being low in readability means that readers may feel overwhelmed by information and therefore disempowered to act on it. This may be detrimental since the purpose of this website is to encourage people to both support the works of the Foundation as well as inform those who wish to apply for grants as to the current projects being undertaken. While the navigation tools increase usability, effectiveness of these pages may be increased by the use of white space, bullet points, and indented bullet points to break up the large bodies of text. The analysis using Petelin's plain language framework and Moy's visual rhetoric framework reveals that the text is mostly high in usability and effectiveness. In particular, its use of multimodality through the inclusion of images, color, and typographic differentiation makes it effective in communicating information.